Dobro večera. Hello, Ukraine. Shout out to all you Eurovision fans. It is William and Sinan calling from Wiwibloggs. We have just watched the grand final of Vidbir 2023. This was incredible. Sinan, shall we talk about it?
Let's do this!
Don't get how you feel. Get out of my way. Bitch, I got a heart of steel.
Now, let me start with an apology. I have been so ill, and I was at the doctor yesterday on an IV drip, so I do not feel well. But I had to watch and react to this show because it was just so incredible that they staged this inside a bomb shelter during unprecedented times, an unprecedented national crisis, a war. And this show looked better than what we see in Germany, better than what we see in Malta, etc., etc. We could go on, just keeping it real. Ukraine is amazing. Sinan, what did you think of the show?
Like literally, I want to stand up and just clap because wow, it looked really interesting. Like it was of course small, like a small staging and a small like place, but I really loved the heart on the center. It was like a at first I thought that was a heartbroken
Yeah, it
thing,
looked like an
like a
incomplete heart.
yes, and then the energy like on the sides of the stage like blasting through from the heart, like that was
Oh
really
my God.
like veins, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was really interesting, and the sounding was amazing. Like wow.
Yeah, I liked how you only heard the metro station, the other trains, in between songs. And it made it kind of eerie, and it reminds you this is an unusual situation, right? But then they were able to work with it, and so it didn't distract from the show, but it did remind us
No.
of this horrible war and the crisis that's unfolding. Just really well done. I cannot believe they pulled that off. They should be really proud of themselves, really. Woo!
I didn't even know that they will do it at that place. So wow. I was
Yeah.
surprised actually.
But we have to talk about the results. So let's kick this off by talking about the winner, Tvorchi. Tvorchi? How would you say it?
I I think Tvorchi.
Exactly,
Tvorchi.
Tvorchi. Tvorchi. They have an interesting story. I was reading that one of them saw the other one on the street, approached him and said, "Oh, how's your English?" And then they struck up a friendship and ended up recording music. One of them is originally from Nigeria, and that gentleman was they were both studying pharmacy. That's how they met, studying pharmacy at university. Isn't that incredible? Like a
Oh my
happenstance
gosh.
chance meeting, and now they make this great music. I thought their staging was very effective. It was the most modern staging. I liked how they used war imagery. They used war imagery to address conflict, disaster, but it didn't feel too much. You know, they had the dancers with the gas masks, just like Madonna did. They had the nuclear symbol. So they were very clearly, hinting at the Zaporizhia power plant. They were hinting about war and terrorism, but you could read the song in different ways if you want to, because, they'll have to be careful with the EBU rules about how political it is. But it was interesting to me. The song is so-so. I don't remember it, to be honest. But I liked the charisma of the performers, and I liked the staging concept, and I think they can work with this in Liverpool, in the UK. That's so weird for me to say. See not.
It's not only modern as a song. I never expected Ukraine to choose a song like that. When I first heard that song, I heard all of them. Well, actually, the live performances, and that song was my favorite at first.
Oh,
And then I was like, but will Ukraine choose that song? Because it has like no, like when you say Ukraine, you expect something like traditional
yeah.
ethno mixed with, pop, but this is completely, pop and R&B as well.
Yeah.
And it's also very inspirational because the lyrics are very, meaningful, and also but the beat is really like I was very yeah, like not very but shocked that Ukraine chose that song. I thought they will go for traditional ethno and stuff, but yeah, I'm happy because I'm ready to dance because
Yeah. They are the people's winner. They came first with the people, and they were second with the jury. These are the
Yeah.
lyrics. Don't be scared to say just what you think, because no matter how bad, someone's listening. So again, you could read that as the war, right? Speak out against what's happening. You could also read that in other context, a relationship, a family breakdown, etc., etc. I think they've played this well. To me, this is all about the staging. Eurovision is a TV show, of course. It's not just the music. Musically, for me, this is just okay. I preferred both Jerry Heil and also Bandura legend. Krut, sorry. Krut. Bandura underscore Krut. I'm thinking Instagram names. To me, those songs were more beautiful. However, this with the staging, I can see. You know, it's like the Judge Julia from The Hard Kiss. She said this was the perfect closer to the show. It shows that Ukraine is Goe, yes. It's Kalush Orchestra, yes. It's Jamala, but it's also Tvorchi, a different flavor. A lot of people are down on this on Twitter, and they're saying things like Eurovision fans are going to forge Crimea documents, you know, so they can pull an Alina Pash and get them kicked. All this silly stuff.
God.
But I think we just need to breathe and remember, Ukraine, what wins in Ukraine is always step one. Because they improve when they have to. They mix things up when they have to. Ukraine is not going to deliver in Liverpool. They're going to deliver. And they're going to slay. Sinan.
Biti zdrava, girl. I hope you get well really, like, immediately.
Thank you. I feel horrific.
So yeah, in terms of qualification, may I talk? I think they will qualify like
Automatic qualifier. They won Eurovision.
Oh my God, how can I forget? I apologize very much. Yes! So they literally have to just, you know, be like free, like don't worry about qualification, just go with it. The song is nice. I really like the song, as I said. That was the song that I really loved at first listen, and I'm probably going to add on my Spotify playlist and just listen to it regularly during the day. So yeah.
Building on your...
I really like the, you know, the heart, you know, the outfit with the hearts. That was really cool, and it really tells what's the song about, you know. And I will be very, you know, happy to see them, what they are going to bring on the stage in Liverpool.
Heart of Steel is just so appropriate for Ukraine right now, and we saw that in the show, right? The heart on stage, the war is happening, but they are still strong. It makes me very emotional, actually. This whole show was so beautiful. Let's talk about the other results. So finishing second overall second is Krut, Bandura Queen. Krut won the jury vote and came third with the public. I think this was a fair jury winner, right? This is so classy. This was the most emotional. If you read the lyrics, they're translated on the Wiwibloggs website. A mother singing a lullaby to her child. They could be in a bomb shelter. They could be at home surrounded by, you know, war. They could be in a makeshift shelter somewhere else. It's so touching. She sounded incredible. It's a beautiful song. For me, I didn't like the staging as much as I wanted to, but I understand why this won. This is the one I was rooting for. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it was slightly underwhelming live, probably because I built up expectations so high with the studio version, because it's so mystical and beautiful. But yeah, Sinan.
I think too that song and that performance was the most emotional one.
Yeah.
Because of the, you know, because of the lyrics, because of the performance, and I didn't hear the studio version, so I cannot say if I like the studio version or the live performance more. But I think that if they chose Krut, that would have been, you know, an obvious choice. You know, a traditional, very emotional, you know, and she was good. Like, she has to be very proud, and I will be happy to see her again next year, maybe, and she may win then.
Give me that Bandura with some beat. I'd love to see, you know, the Kalush Orchestra Bandura Queen mashup. It's gonna be amazing.
She better come.
And then I think actually my favorite tonight was Jerry Heil, because you know, when she sang Vegan a few years ago, it was, as she said tonight in her postcard, it was infantile and the girl couldn't sing. Since then, she's gone to Berkeley. She's worked on her voice. I thought she evolved so much as an artist. And tonight, yes, she was nervous, but she was so emotional and fragile. And I loved the staging, how she almost, the heart became a set of hands almost. And she walked out of it at the end. It's like, God shut the door, but he opened this window and here's my way out. It was beautiful. I thought it was so beautiful. And I didn't like the English language verses in the studio cut, but when you hear her sing it live, the emotion is so raw and the nerves, it made it more real. It made it more powerful. She's going to get to Eurovision eventually. She is. Not this year, but she will go to Eurovision when Ukraine has won this war, and it will be beautiful. So that door, girl, God is opening a door. It may be a few years down the road, but it's open for you, Jerry Heil. See not.
She's going to break that door next year, honey. Or in the future, in the near future, definitely.
Yeah.
I think she's very creative, and the staging was one of the most creative stagings in the selection. And I really liked the headphones. I didn't really understand why she had the headphones and like a flowers tiara. That was really interesting. And I think she sounded great. Like I thought that if not, the song that I liked, her or Krut will win. So that says a lot. Like she was of course our winner, right? In Wiwibloggs poll, our readers rated her the most.
And we should say the public put Jerry Heil second with 9 points. Krut was third with the public, and of course Tvorchi won. All right, then very quick. Some of the other acts, I was less enthused by some of the other acts. I think they were there for reasons of musical variety, etc. But one that I do remember is Finka. Finka. One of the judges, Jamala was like, this is too similar to Kalush Orchestra, so it wouldn't do well at Eurovision. And I'm like, it's a woman as opposed to a man. I don't know. It's funny because my husband, I was, in my bed dying, and my husband brought me some water because, I'm dehydrated. And he said, oh, is that Kalush? I was like, no. And then Jamala said the same thing. But anyway, I enjoyed Finka. I think Finka should return. She brought those happy, upbeat vibes. It was a little crazy, a little kooky. I really appreciated that performance.
When I watched it, the first thing that came to my mind was Moldova 2022. Like I was thinking, if they chose her, the same thing as of scoring, scoreboard may happen. Winning not winning, but coming second or third with the televote. So yeah, it was a fun song. It is a fun song. Yeah.
And then in last place was Angelina. I believe she's just 16. But she wrote her own song, so credit to her. Yeah, Jamala was very impressed. Jamala was her coach on The Voice Kids. I loved the staging actually when it opened with the dark forest. It was snow and there was black branches. I thought it was really tasteful, and I look forward to seeing more from her in the future. Did anyone else stand out to you?
Sound system, OE sound system.
She was beautiful.
That was so gothic and dark, and the voice, her voice,
incredible.
Man, oh my gosh,
just incredible. A lot of people, I'm just scrolling through comments here, a lot of people are very negative about the winners, but how do you think, there's always drama, how do you think they will do in the grand final? Do you think this is a potential winner? Do you think it's the right-hand side of the scoreboard? What do you think?
I don't think they will win, but eventually they will get a lot of, points, and it's so hard to tell right now, but I don't believe that they will be, outside of the top 15. Let's just say that.
Yeah, I could see this 10 to 15, because the thing with Ukraine is they always make the staging incredible. If the song is so-so, 2011, Angel, no offense to my girl Mika Newton, the song was not good, but that staging was incredible. With the sand art, this is their strategy. You hide a bad song and you do well. This song is not bad by any means, and they'll probably revamp it anyways. But it's gonna slay. It's gonna slay when we get to Liverpool. What's funny? The most voted comments on Wiwibloggs are all about the stage. Jamie says, Ukraine's bunker stage looks better than the one in Turin. LOL. The Voice of Reason says their stagings and overall vibe of the national final is better than some years and better than most national finals. I mean, everyone is loving it. This is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Ukraine's national final looks better than every edition of Eurovision You Decide in the UK put together. All of these songs have been great to listen to. Ukraine should be proud. It's incredible. I mean, I just love reading this positivity. But you know what? Can I also just say, I love that this act shows how Ukraine is open, right? Because one of the gentlemen was a student. So he came from abroad and was a student. And, now he's representing the country at Eurovision. It's just incredible about Ukraine's acceptance of foreigners into their homeland and how he stayed there, through this conflict. It's like his adopted home now. I think that's really touching.
Absolutely, like building bridges, and I really, I heard him talking a little bit, Ukrainian. He said, Slava Ukraine, and that was really, powerful coming from him,
Jeffrey Kinney. So Andriy and Jeffrey. Jeffrey is the person you're talking about.
Yeah. Jeffrey, you're amazing. Thank you so much.
Jeffrey
and actually,
slays.
may I say something? He sounded amazing. Period.
That's a really good point. We should mention that the vocal was excellent. It was excellent.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness. I think I got so wrapped up in the staging and the presentation. It's the only specific act I tweeted about on my personal one because I was like, whoa. It was just ready to go to Eurovision. I don't know if they're going to be able to use those images though, honestly. Because it is people will say, is it political? Is it something else? Mm-hmm. But it's good that they use these images at home to, get out their message, and then they can tweak it based on the rules for Liverpool.
But definitely they can. Oh, but they can definitely come up with beautiful images if they use the same staging. So yeah,
it's just incredible. Well, that's what we think. What do you think? Are you happy with Ukraine's choice? Were you as touched by the Vidbir final as we were? Let us know here on Wiwibloggs.
Do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Oh my gosh, tomorrow, or actually 19th or 18th of December, Benidorm Fest songs are coming out. Oh my gosh.
Incredible.
Festival Kangas, Romania.
Oh my god.
Stay tuned.
And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.